Hey everyone. Before I go off to bed, I've kind of gotten in a roll here with these jokes, so I looked online and I found more jokes. And I printed them out. There's 28 or 29 pages. Don't worry, I'm not going to share them all at once. They're story type jokes, and I'm just going to share what I can fit into this video. And I'll save the rest of them in a folder for future videos. So, we're going to get on started to the first one. Okay, this one, the first one I'm going to share here, I didn't think it was all that funny personally, but I'm going to share it anyway because someone else might think it's funny. Okay, it's called The Computer is Down. Two priests died at the same time and met St. Peter at the pearly gates. St. Peter said, "I'd like to get you guys in now, but our computer is down. You'll have to go back to Earth for about a week, but you can't go back as priests, so what else would you like to be?" The first priest says, "I've always wanted to be an eagle soaring above the Rocky Mountains." "So be it," says St. Peter, and off flies the first priest. The second priest mulls this over for a moment and asks, "Will any of this week count, St. Peter?" "No, I told you the computer's down. There's no way we can keep track of what you're doing." "In that case," says the second priest, "I've always wanted to be a stud." "So be it," says St. Peter, and the second priest disappears. A week goes by, the computer is fixed, and the Lord tells St. Peter to recall the two priests. "Will you have any trouble locating them?" he asks. "The first one should be easy," says St. Peter. "He's somewhere over the Rockies flying with the eagles, but the second one could prove to be more difficult." "Why?" asked the Lord. "He's on a snow tire somewhere in North Dakota." Okay, now this one's a good one, but it's short. A child came home from Sunday school and told his mother that he had learned a new song about a cross-eyed bear named Gladly. A cross-eyed bear named Gladly. It took his mother a while before she realized that the hymn was really Gladly the Cross-Eyed Bear. Think about that one. Here's another short but cute one. One summer evening during a violent thunderstorm, a mother was tucking her small boy into bed. She was about to turn off the light when he asked with a tremor in his voice, "Mommy, will you sleep with me tonight?" The mother smiled and gave him a reassuring hug. "I can't, dear," she said. "I have to sleep in Daddy's room." A long silence was broken at last by his shaky little voice. "The big sissy." This one I haven't read yet, so you'll get my first reaction from this one. It's called A Short History of Medicine. "Doctor, I have an earache." 2000 BC. "Here, eat this root." 1000 BC. "That root is heathen. Say this prayer." 1850 AD. "The prayer is superstition. Drink this potion." 1940. "That potion is snake oil. Swallow this pill." 1985. "That pill is ineffective. Take this antibiotic." 2000 AD. "That antibiotic is artificial. Here, eat this root." Okay. Okay, here's another good one. A woman takes her 16-year-old daughter to the doctor. The doctor says, "Okay, Miss Jones, what's the problem?" The mother says, "It's my daughter Debbie. She keeps getting these cravings. She's putting on weight and is sick most mornings." The doctor gives Debbie a good examination, then turns to the mother and says, "Well, I don't know how to tell you this, but your Debbie is pregnant. About 4 months would be my guess." The mother says, "Pregnant? She can't be. She's never ever been left alone with a man. Have you, Debbie?" Debbie says, "No, mother. I've never even kissed a man." The doctor walked over to the window and just stares at it. About 5 minutes pass, and finally the mother says, "Is there something wrong out there, doctor?" The doctor replies, "No, not really. It's just that the last time anything like this happened, a star appeared in the east and 3 wise men came over the hill. I'll be darned if I'm going to miss it this time." Okay. The Pope, Billy Graham, and Oral Roberts were in a 3-way plane crash over the Pacific Ocean. They all died and went to heaven together. "Oh, this is terrible," exclaimed St. Peter. "I know you guys think we summoned you here, but this is just one of those coincidences that happen. Since we weren't expecting you, your quarters just aren't ready. We can't take you in and we can't send you back." Then he got an idea. He picked up the phone. "Lucifer, this is Pete. Hey, I got these 3 guys up here. They're ours, but we weren't expecting them, and we gotta fix the place up for 'em. I was hoping you could put them up for a while. It'll only be a couple of days. What do you say?" Reluctantly, the devil agreed. However, 2 days later, St. Peter got a call. "Pete, Lou, hey, you gotta come get these 3 clowns. This Pope fella is forgiving everybody, the Graham guy is saving everybody, and that Oral Roberts has raised enough money to buy air conditioning." Here's the lost chapter in Genesis. Adam was walking around the Garden of Eden feeling very lonely. So God asked him, "What is wrong with you?" Adam said he didn't have anyone to talk to. God said that he was going to make Adam a companion and that it would be a woman. He said, "This person will gather food for you, cook for you, and when you discover clothing, she'll wash it for you. She will always agree with every decision you make. She will bear your children and never ask you to get up in the middle of the night to take care of them. She will not nag you and will always be the first to admit she was wrong when you've had a disagreement. She will never have a headache and will freely give you love and passion whenever you need it." Adam asked God, "What will a woman like this cost?" God replied, "An arm and a leg." Then Adam asked, "What can I get for a rib?" The rest is history. Bad joke. Bad joke. Okay, here's the last one I'm sharing in this video. A minister was walking down the street when he came upon a group of about a dozen boys, all of them between 10 and 12 years of age. The group had surrounded a dog. Concerned lest the boys were hurting the dog, he went over and asked, "What are you doing with that dog?" One of the boys replied, "This is just an old neighborhood stray. We all want him, but only one of us can take him home. So we've decided that whichever one of us can tell the biggest lie will get to keep the dog." Of course the Reverend was taken aback. "You boys shouldn't be having a contest telling lies," he exclaimed. And then he launched into a 10-minute sermon against lying, beginning, "Don't you boys know it's a sin to lie?" and ending with, "Why, when I was your age, I never told a lie." There was dead silence for about a minute. Just as the Reverend was beginning to think he'd gotten through to them, the smallest boy gave a deep sigh and said, "All right, give him the dog."